little love on a little honeymoon. You got a little dish and you got a little spoon. Little bitty house and a little bitty yard. Little bitty dog and a little bitty car. Well, it's all right to be a little bitty, little hometown or a big old city. Might as well share, might as well smile. Life goes on for a little bitty while. Little bitty baby and a little bitty gown. It'll grow up in a little bitty town. Little yellow bus and a little bitty books. It all started with a little bitty look. Well, it's all right to be little bitty, little hometown or a big old city. Might as well share, might as well smile. Life goes on for a little bitty while. You know you got a job and a little bitty check, 6-pack of beer and a television set. Little bitty world goes around and around, little bit of silence and a little bit of sound. Good old boy and a pretty little girl. It all started with a little bitty world. Little bitty plan and a little bitty scheme. It's all part of a little bitty dream. Well, it's all right to be little bitty, little hometown or a big old city. Might as well share, might as well smile. Life goes on for a little bitty while. Well, that's one of Ellen Jackson's songs, and one I've always kind of liked. And I sang it because today we're going to make a little bitty snack. And we're going to get to that in just a minute. But first we have a mail call. And our first mail call comes from Kristie Lani. And if you haven't checked out Kristie's channel, I encourage you to do so. She does vlogging about things in Hawaii. She lives on Oahu, I believe around the Honolulu area. I'm not sure if she lives in Honolulu, but in that area. And she does vlogging about restaurants, about sometimes she does ones about makeup, shopping, different things. But she also does a daily devotional. So check out Kristie's channel. It's a wonderful channel. I know you'll enjoy it. And what did she send me? Well, inside the envelope are 3 lovely postcards. The first one is of the USS Arizona Memorial. Let's see if I can get that without the light on it there. One of Waikiki Beach and Honolulu City Lights. And on the back of one of these, she wrote me a note. It says, Ian, thank you for your support always. I really appreciate it. Love always, Kristie Lani. Well, thank you, Kristie. Those will go in my book of postcards, my postcard collection. And our second mail call comes from good old England. You pay big bucks for mail, and this is how it arrived. The corner all ripped. Look at that. And this one comes from Adventures with Mark. It says, Ian, a.k.a. Ian Wygath on YouTube. Hi Ian, my friend. Hope you are safe and well. Here are my new stickers and logo. Hope you like them. Stay safe. Regards, Adventures with Mark. Well, Mark, I really do like them. They're quite nice. So these are Mark's new stickers. If you haven't checked out Adventures with Mark, you should do that. He does metal detecting, and occasionally he does magnet fishing, and quite active. You'll find him out in the fields of England digging up hammered coins and buckles and all kinds of things that are, some of them are older than there have been European settlers in North America. So well worth checking out Mark's channel. So Kristie and Mark, thank you so much for your mail. I appreciate it. Now we're going to get to making this. This is a apple and cheddar cheese quesadilla. Now, it's quite common here in North America to have cheddar cheese with an apple or with apple pie. As a matter of fact, when I lived in the States, they actually make a cheddar cheese down there called apple pie cheddar. And it is quite delicious. So if you've never tried a piece of cheddar cheese, I prefer the old cheddar cheese, with an apple, you're missing out. Anyway, let's get to it. So for this snack, you're going to need 4 ingredients. You're going to want 2 tortillas. I'm using multi-grain, but you can just use a regular plain tortilla. You're going to want some cheddar cheese. I'm using old. And you're going to want apple slices. Now, you can use whatever kind of apple you want. What I'm using is called Pink Lady, and it's a mildly sweet apple. So what you're going to do, I almost mucked up the recipe there. First thing you want to do is you're going to grate some cheddar cheese onto the tortilla for the bottom. Now you don't want to go all the way out to the edge, because when the cheese melts, it'll spread, and if you put it all the way to the edge, it's going to spread out past the tortilla and make a mess. So there we go. And then you're just going to start laying apple slices around. And you can get as fancy or as simple as you want with this. This makes a great snack for the kids. The reason you do it in a tortilla is you don't have to worry about holding an apple in one hand and a chunk of cheese in the other. You can just hold it all together kind of like a sandwich. This is great if you're watching TV. And if the kids come home from school, they want a snack, well, this is quite tasty. Even Rowan wants some. I don't know if he wants the apple, but I'm sure he'd be happy with the cheese. Alrighty. And we'll grate some more cheese on the top of that. Now the cheese, besides adding lovely flavor and bringing out the flavor of the apple, also helps hold your quesadilla together, kind of like a glue. And you want to make sure you get cheese over all your apple there. Might as well be generous with the cheese. Why not? There we go. So you're just going to get that spread around evenly, and then you're going to put your other tortilla right on the top. Just like that, and you can press it down a little bit. And then the next step is we're going to put it in the microwave. And you're going to microwave it on high for 40 seconds. That should be just enough time to melt the cheese. And there we go, it's ready. Now you can just take a pizza cutter. And you can cut it into whatever size wedges you want, whatever is easiest for you to hold. If you got big mitts, you can cut it into quarters. If you got small mitts, you can cut it into eighths. And so there we have our quesadilla. See if I can get in there and get the edge. You can see your cheese is melted on top, and there's a nice snack to have while you're watching TV. You might want to hand out on plates or on napkins. Have those ready. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this little recipe. Super easy, super simple. Now, if you want something more savory and don't want to have apple with your cheese, well, you could put salami slices on there, or ham slices, or some kind of meat. Bits of chicken, all kinds of things you could put on there with your cheese. You can dress it up even more if you want. And if you're doing the meat, you could add bits of onion, bits of pepper, you name it. But this is just a simple kind of sweet and savory snack with the apples and cheese. And like I say, if you're watching TV, it's easier than holding an apple in one hand and a chunk of cheese in the other. You can just hold this in one hand and eat it. So I hope you'll give it a try and enjoy it. until Tuesday, when we have Tuesdays with the Pilgrim, and next Friday when we will have probably a story of some sort, but I'm not positive yet. Take care, stay safe.